Okay, guys, here's a potential final layout for the cabinets. Starting with the kitchen, this is the look of the hood. There is a shaker panel, hinges on the top, and this will open. You really won't need to get in there except for when we hook up the hood to have access, but this does open. Our cooktop centered on the hood, oven cabinet, built-in fridge, and on the face of the island our sink. And if we want to have a flush toe kick on the sides of the island and back, we can of course do that. And that would look something like, let me hide this wall. So we'd have an 1.5 inch wide panel. This only shows in 3D, or 3/4 in 3D for whatever reason. But this would be an 1.5 inch wide and terminate at the floor. So you can see we have a little step out here and here where this panel comes all the way out flush with the face of the cabinet, and it's not recessed like shown under the sink. Little alcove just right here. And on the back of the island, the panels on the sides come down to the floor, and this rail would be 4 inches high, the same height as the toe kick elsewhere. And these toe kicks for these wings, the front and sides, are flush with the side and front of the cabinet. There'll be an 1/8 inch reveal between the top of this toe kick and the bottom of the cabinet, and this toe kick back here is flush with these two panels. And for us to do that, the island, to make an 1.5 inch panel, to have that toe kick come flush, I needed to add this 1.5 inch here. So the overall width of the island, the cabinets, is 88.5, and you're going to need to add 3 inches for the countertop overhang, 1.5 inch here and here. So your final countertop overhang would be 91. I really can't shrink the sink too much. Hands are tied with this. We can do a smaller trash can, and this, I guess, could be made smaller, but the inside of this cabinet's already 6 inches for the tray divider, cookie sheet storage. I just added an 1.5 inch today. If I go any smaller than this, then we can't fit two 50-quart cans in there. This is the smallest I can go. And one other thing to point out, the center of the sink is off center by 1.5 inches. You probably won't notice, but if that's a deal breaker, we can massage this a little bit to balance that out. And on the back of the island, we have these cabinets that the inside width is shown right here. And these guys are 13.5 deep. So this is knee space in here. But the countertop will be 42, and then add an 1.5 inch to this for your countertop. Your oven cabinet. This cabinet's 33. Inside width here, I need 28.5. I can make this smaller, but this cabinet gets pretty wide if we start to do that. And I default to making these cabinets left and right of the hood the same width as shown here. But the cooktop will fit here. I need the model number for the hood. This fits. Under cab lighting here. if we want to partition here, right now these cabinets have a center divider. So when you open the doors, they have a partition in there. We can, let's see here. If you like, we can get rid of this and just do one big open shelf. If we're going to do that, I will probably switch this material out to something a little stiffer, because these are somewhat wide upper cabinets, but you load those up with a bunch of plates. But let me know if we want the divider in here. This base cabinet is a shelf only, and this cabinet looks like this. You can see this hinge here. So when these doors open up together, there's one big shelf in there. This upper cabinet's built the same way. Those doors are bound together, and that shelf is L-shaped in there. The panel to enclose the fridge, required opening for the fridge, and this panel here will have a shaker panel on the right side, and the crown molding will die into this wall, and the crown molding will come within an inch and a half of the end of the wall here. Then crown molding to close everything off. Jump into the fireplace wall. These base cabinets are 24. Drop these guys down to 40 inches. Mind you, we have a space in between the fireplace. Right now, with this mock-up, this is 67.5 inches. These are 24. Here's the depth. That's how far off the door opening this is. These two floating shelves, 9 inches deep. The cabinets are white. The wood top is rift white oak, and these floating shelves are rift white oak. But let me know on this layout how this looks. And the last is the vanity. Shaker panel, Swiss coffee, final inside width of 72 inches, and then for plumbing purposes, the cabinets are 14.5 on center from left and right when you redo the plumbing to make sure it lands in there. Okay, let me know what you think of that. Thanks, guys.